All right, let's get into this. Don't worry, guys. I will hopefully edit this correctly and not leave 8 minutes of the beginning of the stream in there and then not realize it for a whole day because nobody points it out. And then eventually figure out how to use YouTube's internal editor and edit it out. So don't worry, guys. It won't be in there. All right. Anyway, this should be hopefully the last that we get of the Ethan, Abba, and Preach saga. Because Abba and Preach in their last video, they said, "Hey, we're not doing this anymore. Like we're gonna stop after this." So yeah. I guess I'm curious. I don't really know what Ethan could say. Basically, all of this was a big misconception that Olivia thought that Ab and Preach were making fun of something very personal to her. I talked about in the last video. You can go watch it. I'll link it in the description. It was very clearly a misconception. That's it. That's what I've decided. That's what I've decided. So that's what it is. That's it, because I'm the boss. No, but I explain everything in the video itself. I'm going to put in the sources. So let's get this started, though.
And Preach made a response. I don't really want to get into it that much with them because we have so much other better stuff to talk about.
Yeah. Okay.
But one funny detail of this. Okay. So we talked about them on Monday.
Okay.
Yeah, boy.
And we finished. I think we maybe even talked about them near the end or the middle of the show. So we talked about them at around like maybe 3 or 4 p.m. PST.
Okay. Is this not... okay. I think I see where this is going.
Now, they're on the East Coast because they're in Quebec, right?
Okay.
So they're 3 hours ahead of us. So they went home. They posted this video the same day as us. They posted at like 11 p.m., 12 a.m. about 10 p.m. maybe?
12:30.
Okay.
They posted it at 12.
So that's what this is going to be? It's just going to be like a haha, they're like obsessed with us because they posted so fast, LOL? Okay.
12:30 a.m. So these knuckleheads, and I don't know much about them, but apparently they both have families.
Wow, what a thing to know. Do they have families, Ethan? Wow.
These dudes with families, they left their families at fucking like 10 p.m. and then they sped off to their squeaky ass little studio and met up here to shoot this and then post.
This is just embarrassing for Ethan. Like, I understand Ethan does his content differently, where he does the podcast. I think it's Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Correct me if I'm wrong. But this is just an attempt to make Ab and Preach seem obsessed, and it's like not really that deep. Why not get into like the? Okay, all right.
At 12 a.m. Dude.
Okay. Cool.
These guys know how to capitalize on some tea.
Gotcha.
But I thought that was kind of.
You do the same thing. You just have scheduled times that you go on to. But okay. And it seems like the Ethan videos of late that they've been posting aren't even like their best stuff. So
funny. That detail.
It's not really that funny, but
dude,
okay.
wait for the morning. You know what I mean? But that was good. The other thing I want to address in it is,
you want to address like the substance of it, of like, hey, we didn't do the thing you're claiming that we did, and we reached out to you to try to clear up the misconception. Why not settle that in private and like talk to them in private and be like, hey, we talked to them in private. Everything's like, why not do that?
I felt like they were pretty dishonest in the way they framed this.
Okay.
The lie?
I don't. I feel
what?
These guys are such morons. I don't know why. The bridge is mutilated, by the way.
Ethan is just such a dumb person. He's so worthless. Oh my God. It was such a small misconception, and they reached out to him to settle it in private. And he's doing okay. There was never a bridge to be created in the first place. Ethan is like a really weird little conniving fuck. I don't understand what this is.
Oh yeah. If anyone's wondering, the bridge is like fully laced with TNT.
Don't care.
And there's a train coming, and I'm.
Well, why would he want to be friends with you? You're incredibly immature, and you surround yourself with immature people, like Olivia, who apparently harassed her way into getting the job by having her like Hollywood executive parents like spam blast emails until she got it. That's what people are telling me. Like, that's who you surround yourself with, entitled people like Hassan and Olivia that have never worked a hard day in their life. Like, what's like, oh no, what a friend to lose. Holy fuck. Wow, Jesus Christ. A 30-something-year-old man who's like just very immature. Like, okay, cool.
And you know what I mean? It's like World War II sabotage. Like,
okay,
that train is going the fuck down.
Cool beans, man.
There's no train. There's no bridge. Like him, so I'm just gonna go lie about him assaulting me.
That is such an insanely hurtful thing to say about any woman ever. It's a very
humiliating experience to go through something like that, and for anyone to assume that like someone claiming being a victim or surviving something is them like wanting to boost their ego.
So that's the edit that they made originally that we were talking about. Okay.
Yeah.
And Olivia is being very vulnerable. She's being very emotional, and they are laughing at her. I mean, there's
Yeah, so just to be clear, that was in context. We watched the whole thing. Just to be clear. This was over like the false allegation that Ethan pushed against Myron. Like that's how we're gonna label it. If you want to go and watch my old coverage, just be my guest. I'm tired of like qualifying every little thing I said, and I even qualified in the video I linked in the description. Okay. Now, Olivia was speaking very vaguely about the situation and getting offended about the invalidation of potential survivors, which is justifiable. I think most people didn't interpret it as her projecting her own feelings onto it. That's it. That's why I said I could see why she's upset now that I understand that context, but originally I didn't think it was that. I didn't think she was projecting her own experience onto that and getting vulnerable. So it's like, again, they tried to reach out. It's not really dishonest. I think that's what most people thought. So, okay.
no really.
But like, where's my, like, I mean, I don't understand. Because here's my thing. Didn't Hassan say it was like, didn't Hassan like go on to this whole rape apologia rant about how like it's better that rich girls get raped anyway? Like, I don't understand. How are you going to go after Abba and preach when like Hassan is saying shit like that? Like, I don't get it. But that's your best friend when I don't get it. I don't understand.
Way to other interpret that. And I mean, they say, well, we were laughing at Jordan Hurd because she lied. Amber Heard, because I don't know what Jordan. I feel like I knew someone in like middle school named Jordan Hurd, and like it's still in my head somewhere. It's weird.
Okay.
Their defense is, we were saying that some women do lie.
Yes.
So that's why we showed it.
Like that girl that you were referencing. Well, that girl didn't actually lie. Well, she did lie, but she wasn't Me Tooing anybody. Ethan hijacked the narrative. The fresh and fit girl, Ethan hijacked that narrative and ran with it. But
Amber Heard. But I mean, in the essence of it is they're laughing at a girl who's being very vulnerable and very emotional.
I don't care.
And they're laughing at her.
Cool.
I mean, that's literally what's happening. There's really no other way to cut it.
Cool.
And so
you've decided that you don't want to like amend the bridge. That's what has actually happened. So you're going to be as bad faith as possible. Like, it's fine.
The thrust of their video is that some more bullshit. Like the original title was H3 crew accuse us of something evil.
Okay.
Like, all right, well,
that's what you did.
It was really mean. Yeah. I don't remember using the words evil.
I also just like, I don't even care if they knew that I was assaulted or not. Like, you're making fun of a girl talking about what.
Well, Hassan says that apparently you deserve it because you're rich. So I don't know why you're mad at Abba preach when Hassan's saying shit that would actually impact you.
Like to come forward when girls are raped. Like, you were laughing at the entire.
No, the specific girl wasn't raped. You guys were running a narrative that was false about it. That's what they were referring to.
The entirety of what.
This is so stupid that we're still talking about something that's like so old.
I was saying that's fucked.
I just appreciate that Ethan lets me know every once in a while why he's like a fucking dumb piece of shit. Like, now that he's not attached to Hassan, now we can go like, oh yeah, like he's not like, that's what it is. It's like when you see Ethan attached to Hassan, like obviously Ethan's better by comparison, but then you're like, oh wait, this guy's like really a real piece of shit.
Up, and I still think that that's fucked
like
up, even if you didn't know.
It is fucked up.
Okay.
Yeah, like,
it is fucked
so
up.
fucked up, man.
And not only that, what they did in
I think they should get executed. Obviously,
their video is. Not only did they not take any accountability for this absolutely malicious, really nasty.
They apologize. They reached out to you to try to settle it in private. I don't really know what accountability to expect. What are you talking about? You're pretending like they didn't DM you.
The thing they did to Olivia. I feel like they also.
You feel like
more blame on you.
Yeah, it's like once you did know then that something had happened to me, why do you have anything to speak on the worst thing I've ever been through? Like,
again, it wasn't about that though. So
why are you?
That wasn't even what the conversation was about.
Posting a video on your channel about, I don't know, it makes me feel icky, and I'm entitled to kind of think that they're the worst.
You're certainly entitled.
Worst.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, yeah, of course you are. I mean, here, but
so
I mean, you can
boring.
see just
Holy
what douches
fuck.
they are.
Yep, they're douches, man.
He knows it's fucked up. That's why they're doing this, right? They know it's fucked up.
I don't even know what point in the video this is.
Yeah, that's why it's funny. That's why it's so funny.
Like, why are we acting like you guys aren't giant fucking assholes for doing this?
Sure.
Like, that's the joke.
People,
I mean, look at you guys.
Look at you guys. You're black. That's a joke. I don't know if that's what he means, but maybe you never know.
You're on the floor.
I bet if these people were rich white people, that he might be more inclined to make a podcast with them, even if they say that it's better that rich women get raped in schools, like that's like Hassan does. You know?
Play the thing.
Show is so incredibly wrong and uninformed that like you 1,000,000% should not be making content about this, because you're teaching young men who don't know anything about this, and then you're telling young women to not talk to each other, to not talk to anyone, to not tell anyone that something happened, because idiots like you.
And you know what? You sound like a feminist loser. Okay, so that was all their editing. Then they do something really twisted in their new video too that I want to address. Though,
Yeah.
I'm just going to interject.
I do.
If you don't know who
I'll say it
Olivia is,
again.
she's the loser feminist researcher who
Yeah.
spends all her day on Reddit boards and thinks that's research. Okay,
Sorry guys, I'll take it back.
mind you.
Okay, so now
Okay.
this is from.
Can somebody find me the clip where Hassan like engages in the rape apology so I could play it in the stream?
Is this from their new video?
No, it's included in their new video, but it's
Okay.
from the initial video.
So this is from their initial video, which they're doubling down on. So here's what he says.
That's not me editing that. They edited to the soundboard, and right in the middle of what she's talking, they started playing that shit.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, like you guys started playing the soundboard of her crying or whatever, whatever it was, in the middle of her talking. It was kind of funny.
That's hilarious.
That's fucked up.
I was like, yeah, you can tell her.
You know, you can't do it.
So I saw comments of people like, oh, when I found out that
Okay.
H3 played that, that was crazy. We did not, and like,
No.
the accusation is, if it's not like intentionally misleading to lie about what they did,
What are you talking about? You played their clip and then you played the soundboard of their clip over Olivia talking. That's all they're referring to.
then it's just insanely fucking.
What?
I would never do anything like that.
Thank you so much, and I know that, Zach.
Okay.
I played the soundbite.
And by the way,
That's what they're talking about. You played the soundbite. Holy fuck. These people are the dumbest people in the world.
so I want to go back to that because the soundbite you played was after she was done talking, and it was perfectly timed, and it was funny, and it was good.
Yeah.
So when
Okay,
he's like,
sure.
totally fine. So when he's like, oh, they played the soundbite in the middle of her talking, the only one that you can reasonably reference is the one that they did.
Okay.
And they try to say, oh, we didn't even do that. What the fuck?
What are you
But
talking about, dude?
Sad Violin, which is what that song is called, is not even in my soundboard.
Women be trying to ruin
It's an amateur sound.
It's an there you go. Nor would I want to
You got it,
demean
dude.
or diminish
right. True.
what
true,
you're saying.
True. I believe it.
Yeah,
dude.
so they left that ambiguous, which I think is really fucked up. They, you know what I mean? Just
They're such
own
bad
what you
guys.
did. Don't be cowards and be like,
They're such
hey,
bad
listen,
guys.
we weren't trying to make fun of Olivia. We were just saying like, or they say they're making fun of Olivia, but they're like, our point was just that Amber Heard lied. That's all.
Their point was that the girl that you're referencing lied in your speech, that you got it wrong because you hijacked that situation to push a false rape accusation. So, okay.
Okay.
This
Which
is
all,
so
just-
fucking boring.
all of it sucks. You suck.
Good.
Just accept that you're a giant fucking douchebag. At least admit that you're a douchebag.
Yeah. All they had to do is like also. I don't think that they're groveling for my forgiveness, but like all they had to say was that was fucked up. Because
Yeah.
it was, and
Okay.
it is,
What about when they reached out to you to try to settle it? What happened with that? You guys decided not to engage with that?
and it always will be.
Yeah. That was the one thing that I think of all the stuff that
Yeah, they're so
they
rigid.
responded to us about was the most fucked up one.
Yeah, it's so fucked up that they didn't even like reach out to you guys to try to bury the hatchet.
And this is the video they erased in disgrace. And I think a big part of it was because of the way that they patronized you.
They deleted it quick.
Yeah.
I don't think that they care at all about that.
And from their masterpiece called H3 Loves Black People. These guys have no fucking limit.
I don't know, dude. I don't know. Your show is looking awfully white, dude, and you do seem to have a negative. You seem to have a negative interpretation of black creators. I don't know, dude. It is a very white. Listen, I'm not trying to be that guy, okay? But because I love black people. I love all of them. I can name every one of them. All right, Tyrone. Just kidding. Anyway. But I mean, like, yeah. Listen, I don't know. I can see why black people are uncomfortable with you. You know, you've said some sussy stuff. You never seem to engage with black creators, and then every time you talk about a black creator, it seems to be like the most bad faith ever. So I get it. I understand why they feel that way. Or I don't even know if they feel like that way, but like, I mean, I can see why black people might be like, "Hey, what's up with this guy?" You know, you're always fucking preaching about systemic racism and everything, and how like all this bad shit. I mean, not always, but that is obviously a big part of your platform now. And then you decided, like, why wouldn't you try to seek out a black person to hire for your thing instead of taking rich nepo babies? I don't know. It seems a little sus. Okay.
So no bridge?
I
So
said
no
that you
bridge?
missed it, but the bridge is
I stepped out.
it's a bridge to a fucking cliff. It's like a suicide
Thanks,
bridge
man.
where you walk down.
Whoa,
You think you're
that's
walking
so
to somewhere,
edgy,
but
dude.
you
You're
just
so funny.
fall off.
Oh, fuck.
yeah.
What's the wrong way?
See, Abin Preach, that's called comedic timing and when to know land a joke. Something you will never understand.
Ooh.
Ooh, it's funny considering Preach is like a literal comedian and you guys are not.
Ooh. Well, I don't know about that because Preach is a professional comedian, apparently.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
He's an alleged comedian.
Yeah.
I don't want to defame
True that.
the good comedians of Quebec.
Okay.
He's alleged.
One man's life.
It's just what they do.
I'm gonna go out of my way to lie.
I don't like him, so I'm just gonna go lie about him assaulting me.
That is such an
No, Ethan, you're lying. So.
insanely hurtful.
Oh yeah, again, no. I was like I said, like I think Abin Preach got part of it wrong too. I think that girl that came on was just trying to express her story about how like Myron like was a piece of shit to her. He lifted her shirt up and like made fun of her breast while she was naked. That's like really like harmful stuff that really upsets people. Both of them I think got it wrong. Ethan pushed a false narrative, and Abin and Preach were not charitable enough to the girl. That's it.
Thing
Oh,
to say
one more
about
time,
him.
just to drive the point home.
12, buy me vinyl, super chatted $2. Isn't Ethan married? Why are they deriding him so much?
Okay.
Woman ever. It's a very
Is that a loser?
humiliating experience
So this
to
is
go
all
through
their
something
editing.
like that, and for anyone to assume
And
that like
thank you
someone
to not
claiming being
Olivia,
a
by the-
victim or
H3 by the way.
surviving something is them like wanting to boost their ego.
Oh, yes, it is.
You're being naughty.
That's what. And again, they're gonna try to deny if they do respond that, dude, we were doing that because we knew it was
I don't think they care. This is just dumb.
fucked up. We were just laughing because it's funny. What does this mean?
Yeah.
This is how you like. Let's not fucking be obtuse about this.
Yeah. Also, they're watching the raw footage. They're not watching the funny edit that they made. They're just watching me talk, and then they paused it, and then they laugh.
I question that.
Wait, if they're watching the raw footage, then that just confirms that you were the guys that played the soundbite, no? Wait. If they just admitted that they were watching the raw footage, doesn't that mean you guys are admitting that you played the violin sound? I'm so confused.
Not because why else would he be laughing?
I think
I
they're
feel
just
like
laughing
Abba
at
must
me.
have edited it.
I think that they're laughing because they think it's funny you were raped, Olivia, obviously. That's clearly what it is. There's no way anybody else could interpret it like, oh, they were laughing because you guys were supporting a false assault narrative that the person that even brought the narrative up didn't even say it was assault. They never even claimed that. They were just telling a story about how Myron was an asshole, and you hijacked it. Why are we still talking about this?
You think?
Well, because otherwise that's
That's just what I assume. I mean, don't you do editing and post?
Absolutely. I've never done that where I edit something. Well, I mean, not like
Same.
it doesn't make sense to me that he would have edited it beforehand. I
Right.
agree,
Okay.
but then I don't know why Preach is laughing.
That's just that's how I've always read it.
And he's looking at Abba like, you did this shit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Maybe I see it now. They're watching the raw I don't know. I don't care. I don't care.
Maybe he
about any
said
of this.
something that they cut out.
Maybe, or they're just giggling for like she.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this bitch.
Well, you can hear the playback from whatever they're watching it on.
Well,
that slight
Oh, really?
second.
Well, they definitely edited it afterwards because the Amber Heard is overlapped over them, right? Over there.
Okay, so it sounds like the raw footage has the violin in it that you're saying is raw footage. I don't care.
Video
I
footage.
don't. This
If
is
you go
so
back
dumb.
2 seconds.
Well,
Yeah, if you go back.
well,
look
they
there.
what I think he showed him the video and then he edited afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think they showed
Yeah, you should die. I
this
guess.
raw footage because this is the same image that was over the other one. If that makes sense.
Uh,
This image is overlaid after they recorded their reaction.
yeah, I'm saying that if he made the video beforehand, they watched it on a monitor and then he put it in.
Yeah.
And then
That's
edited
what it
again.
is,
Yeah.
I think the logic behind it makes sense too, because the way they talk about Olivia being a loser researcher who spends all her days on Reddit.
True.
I mean, they just assume she's a girl, some leftist
Oh God, they assume she's some leftist
girl
girl.
who's never experienced.
She called her a
anything.
feminist too, which was the
Feminist.
cherry on top.
Yeah,
Which-
so just some girl.
Girl,
talking
do you
who
really
hasn't been through anything?
do you really care about essay, you feminist loser?
No, I'm literally such a freak.
You are
Well, you guys weren't referencing an actual sexual assault, so
a freak.
Yeah.
Freak.
probably what
But
it
that's the
is.
thing. Even following that line of thought and saying that they didn't know anything about Olivia going through anything, they never apologized in a general sense
They reached out to you guys, and you decided not to accept that reaching out. So
for that being fucked up. Like you said, they doubled down.
That's
to be
all
clear, like they reached out like almost immediately after the video. No.
I wanted really when I was like, hey, let's do this bridge building thing. 'Cause frankly, unfortunately, I had forgotten about a lot of this stuff because it's been
It's
so
so
long.
much. It's so much shit.
Yeah, there
I
was
get
a
it.
lot of back and forth.
By the way, he's Preach, right? The one that
Preach
was
is
live.
the
Oh shit! He can't tell the black one from the other black one. This guy's racist.
dancing, singing
Right,
omelet
I think
of knowledge.
I think Olivia could give you some vocal lessons too.
Oh,
we're coming after his voice now. His voice was okay.
Nah, I'm just. But
Fuck
Okay.
it.
so good.
Have you
This is
heard
so
Olivia
fucking
do
good.
Toxic Gossip Train? You could learn or after
Oh,
because
that's
if it
crazy.
was after, this is really crazy. I mean, it's crazy
Almost
either way you
done
cut it,
with
but
this. So boring.
Robert C. Bethune super chatted $4.99. I'm black. I'm starting to feel Ethan and his crew have some anti-blackness. This was
Probably.
just simple miscommunication.
That's
He
exactly what
defended
it is.
Hassan still.
Yeah, this was simple miscommunication. Hassan, like, I don't... This is a simple miscommunication. And it's turning into, like, this whole entire, like, mess of thing. And they won't even, like, again, they reached out to them to talk to them. So... But hey, you know what? It is what it is, dude.
The only other options, he said something super fucked up that they cut out.
You're right, dude. They probably did
That's
that.
so stupid. Yeah.
Play the thing.
So is so incredibly wrong and uninformed that like you 1,000,000% should not be
So,
making content about this because you're.
I'm
teaching
showing this just to
young
see how
men
they
who
cover
don't
their
know
asses.
You
anything.
guys are pushing a false rape narrative. I don't know why you've been talking about how they shouldn't be. Okay.
About
After
this,
it.
and then you're telling young women to not talk to each other, to not talk to anyone, to not tell anyone that something happened because idiots like you.
And you know what? You sound like a feminist loser, though. If
Yeah.
I'm just going to interject.
I do.
If you
I
don't know
do.
who
I'll say it
Olivia is,
again.
she's the loser feminist researcher who spends all her day on Reddit boards and thinks that's research. Okay.
Sorry, guys. I'll take it back.
Yeah, so do we have that part unedited? Or is it in this video even? So what wasn't working or anything?
Yeah, I was
So
trying
then
to send Discord
It's our
message.
internet. 99.9 downtime, baby.
We're back. Chat
We're
same.
running our own fucking fiber optic cable in here.
That's right.
That took months and cost a lot of money.
What is happening right now?
I mean, to be fair,
It is pretty good. Yeah,
it's pretty reliable.
it is pretty-
Is this shit just like
Fiber 9.9 video. Yeah, so do we have that part unedited? Or is it in this video even? So what wasn't working or anything?
what is happening here with their video?
So here is when we played the soundbite.
Such an insanely hurtful thing to say about any woman ever. It's a very humiliating experience to go through something like that, and for anyone to assume that like someone claiming being a victim or surviving something is them like wanting to boost their ego is so incredibly wrong and uninformed that like you 1,000,000% should.
I think I found the
Henry
clip. I think I found the clip. I remember watching it a while ago. So
They were at least Patrick Henry College is like doing one good thing, which is that like if you have these fucking millionaire, billionaire WASP fail sons, at least taking them out of other colleges so they can only do date rape to other billionaire, millionaire failed daughters is like in some respects, you know, from a utilitarian perspective, of course, a little bit better. You know what I mean? Like taking these guys
Expert delivery, thank you, Hassan.
and putting them in a pen with one another is ultimately getting them away from the broader society.
yeah, so it's more okay to rape some women than others. Oh, well, if you look at it from a... Listen, that was rape apologia. He's justifying the rape of a group of women. It doesn't really matter the specifics, does it? That's the person that you're best friends with, even though they allow their community to harass you and call you, like, basically the next Hitler. But Abbott and Preach, who clearly didn't know that she was talking about her own experience, these are the people that you have to go at. It doesn't make sense. Like, what is... It doesn't make any sense to me.
Should not be making content about this because you're teaching young men who don't know anything about this, and then you're telling young women to not talk to each other, to not talk to anyone, to not tell anyone that something happened because
Isn't that what Amber Heard did by, like, fabricating a story? But okay.
idiots like you, old ass idiots like you, will say,
Hey, I'm an old ass idiot.
Got him.
Yeah, but you're not mean, and you don't tell girls that they're lying.
Well, the girl was lying, so what do you want me to tell you? It was confirmed that she was lying based on the text messages that Myron showed, so she lied about the narrative because she was upset that he was a piece of shit, and then she lied, and then you guys decided to turn it into a rape story so that you could virtue signal like you guys typically do. Like, just virtue bully other people, like that same thing that you tried to do to Amaranth's like husband, that you doxed, that you tried to dox, which if it was actually him could have caused her to get beaten to death. But you don't
Tupac
care
West
about that
Side
because it's
super
not about
chatted $5.
actually helping anybody.
They've been harping on this clip for 20 minutes and still haven't addressed their response.
No, of course not. They haven't even addressed it. Abbott and Preach fucking reached out to them to try to like squash everything. This is all it is. So
thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Vibe check.
hey, no. Young girls act like that. Young girls act like that. When really what's
hoes be lying and eating hot chip, baby.
happening is that a young girl is dealing.
19-year-old.
Yeah, a 19-year-old.
Was tried to get picked up by a 35-year-old.
Yep.
And you know what? You sound like a feminist loser, though. If I'm just going to interject.
Yes, a 19-year-old was picked up by a 35-year-old, which again is something to criticize Myron for, but he very clearly didn't rape her or tried to, because if he did, why would she want him to drive her home? Well, oh, this guy was I was so afraid to be around this guy by myself. Hey, can we get in the car together by ourselves? No, this doesn't make any sense. Again, she went over there. She had a bad experience because he was a piece of shit, and then she told that experience through the lens of like, oh, I wasn't even interested in him. Ha, fuck him. And then Ethan decided to turn that into sexual assault because like that's content for him. Sexual assault is content to Ethan. That's really all it boils down to. He doesn't really care about the honest conversation. And that's why this is still going on for 2 years. This is why he won't talk to Abin Preach in private when they reached out to him. This is why he doesn't care. It doesn't matter. He's going to continuously double down.
I do. I do. I'll say it again.
She's the loser feminist researcher who spends all her day on Reddit boards and thinks that's research.
Sorry, guys. I'll take it back.
Yep. Reel it back in.
That was what they said. And he's like, oh, they put that soundbite in the middle of the monologue. They did that. He goes, they did that. Fuck no, man. What we did is par for the course standard. Totally well timed, okay?
Sure.
You guys are trying to dodge the fucking accountability that you
You're
put
right,
the
dude.
Amber Heard, you
You're
put
right,
the sad
dude.
music, you put the zooming in. That
Yeah,
was the
yeah,
problem.
yeah. That's
not
crazy,
us
man.
making fun of your dumbass soundbite.
That's crazy, dude. That's so crazy.
The other thing they're saying is,
bro. That's so crazy.
I think they're.
What do you think?
There may have been a misunderstanding about their whole big issue with our last video was that we claimed he was laughing at your personal experience.
Okay.
And I think that may have been a misunderstanding.
Totally.
Yeah.
Okay. So you go off onto this entire rant for 15 minutes, and then you're like, about how they did everything on purpose and they're terrible people, and then you finally acknowledge that they weren't? What?
I still, however, don't really care.
What? These people are such pieces of shit. You just went on a 15-minute unhinged rant about how like they knew what they were doing and they're bad people, and now all of a sudden you're going to acknowledge that they didn't realize that they did what you're just claimed that they what? How do you guys? How these guys are so dumb? What's the point? Why do people watch this guy? What? This is insane. This is actual like childish unhinged behavior, dude. What the fuck?
Like I think that what they did sucks.
Okay.
Yeah, but the point you were making, which they're unwilling to engage with, is that you weren't saying that women never lie. You were saying you're not. Which
it was in reference to the girl that lied. It doesn't matter.
What they say you said, so that they could reduce it into
Okay.
something that they could
Yeah, you're right,
easily
Ethan.
counter
You're
instead of
right.
having an actual thought, original thought. What you were saying is that you guys are not equipped to have this conversation to your 99% male audience, because I know there's no women watching that shit. And you are giving them the wrong idea about accusers. And
that's not what you were saying. You're doubling down. You guys have got it wrong on multiple fronts. Just take the fucking L.
And victims of essay. And she's saying, y'all, need to be careful about the messaging and the influence you guys are putting out into the world.
You guys leverage the false rape accusations against people. You're the ones that need to watch the narrative that you're pushing, because it's just going to make young men not care. All it takes is a couple of false narratives to get people to go like, oh, this is weird, and women lie. Like, that's the problem. You're the problematic person here. You're the one that's having the negative impact.
She never said nobody ever lies.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, what the fuck?
Yeah, I was stating that the conversation that they were choosing to have in that video is unproductive.
I was just
like to platform more stories about girls lying than to platform actual like victims.
You guys platformed a liar. What the fuck are you talking about? Why are we still talking about
narratives? That's an unproductive way to
God.
move forward in society. I think that that's ridiculous.
Yeah,
that's a nice way to put it.
You sound so smart when you completely fabricate the narrative. You're so smart. Holy
But yeah,
fuck.
so like
these people are so dumb. Holy fuck.
And maybe
it's Ethan surrounded himself with fucking 20-year-old children, like nepo babies. You're just becoming that. You're the same thing as Myron. Instead of having sex with them, you're just like you're literally respecting their intelligence. Sorry, not trying to be rude, but you're 30-something years old. She has no idea what she's talking about. She's just lying about things, and you're just like covering her back. You're all so dumb. What the fuck? This is so stupid.
You just don't.
Okay.
Maybe just don't.
Yeah, maybe just don't
do like silly edits over
like,
somebody talking genuinely and emotionally about essay.
Okay.
Thank you. I agree with that sentiment as well.
So,
as a policy, that's probably
you guys are such nice people.
Good one to follow.
You guys are so nice. You guys are so nice. You should leverage more people who lie about sexual assault. I think that's a great idea. Oh, excuse me. You guys were the lying ones about sexual assault. She didn't lie about sexual assault. She was just, she was coping because Myron was a scumbag to her, and you turned into a rape narrative.
Also, statistics show that many women have experienced sexual assault. So
Whoa,
just be sensitive.
Dude,
statistics show.
From what I've heard, it's almost
Holy
like half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So do you really want to
It's not,
fucking do
but
that, dude?
okay.
Half.
I think it's like a fifth or a quarter of them. It's a lot, but it's not in half. But okay.
So privileged to think that a woman hasn't.
Yeah, dude.
Hasn't gone through something like that. That's why it's
True,
so annoying to
man.
me.
That's fucking crazy, dude. So fucked up.
So anyway, that was mine. That was my
Anyway,
take
was
on
my
it.
take
I
on
thought the
that,
video
and I was like,
was
their
lame.
video's, like,
The video
lame,
sucked.
and
He sent me a
sucked, and
tweet.
he sent me a tweet
before they
and then
posted
he
it, being
DM'd
like,
me.
"Hey, let's connect before I post our response so we can talk about it." I said, "Okay." So I messaged him.
Okay.
And he sent me some voice notes saying, like, "Just so you know, I just want to clarify that we weren't making fun of Olivia's experience. We were just saying that Amber Heard lied. So saying all women lie isn't true," which again she never said.
Mhm.
And
yeah, I just don't believe any of this. Play it. Play the actual voice notes. I doubt that's what they said. I'm sure what they actually said was we didn't know Olivia was talking about her experience. We were talking about the girl that was engaging in a false accusation. That's what they would have said. I just don't believe Ethan. Okay.
It's incredible how they distilled it all down to that one point. So they
Cool. Why don't you play it? I don't trust you at all. Actually play the voice memo.
could easily refute it,
Mhm.
which is something you never said.
Gotcha.
But anyway,
Yeah, we go. Cool.
I listened to his voice notes and I was just taking a moment to
Play the voice notes.
think about it.
Play the
and
voice
before I
notes.
could even respond,
the
they
voice
posted
notes.
this fucking video saying they
Play
accused
the
the
voice
crew
notes.
accused us of something evil at 12 a.m.
You did accuse them of something evil. You're calling them rape apologists, even though you literally were best friends with a rape apologist. What are you talking about?
Fucking weirdos. Like, why did I didn't expect y'all to rush to your office and quickly film and post it at 12 a.m. I thought I had a moment to think about it.
Okay.
3 a.m. Whoa.
Who cares?
They uploaded that at 3 a.m.?
Well, they're on East Coast time.
Yeah.
What? Dude, you guys are, that's so pathetic. You guys left your family sleeping at home so y'all could come and post this at 3 a.m. That's nuts. Please film.
Coming at 3 a.m. gone wrong. Oh shit. Coming at 3 a.m. gone wrong.
They look cold too. You can see they're like all bundled up. And
What a disappointing situation that's happening right now. It's like Ethan. Like, it would be so nice to like Ethan, but he just keeps doing dumb shit. He just doesn't care. And why not actually talk to them?
Alvin Park super chatted $5. At this
okay.
point, Ethan just makes this podcast to placate his subreddit of teenage girls who want so bad to be seen as moral saints.
Probably. Agree with that. Let me see something.
And they're a new one. You know what I mean? Or is it?
I mean, I think that they're on East Coast time, right? Is Montreal East Coast?
Or they're in Quebec.
Might be Central.
Yeah. I think it is East Coast. We should make sure, though, before we...
Let's see, Quebec time zone. Eastern Standard Time.
Yep.
Yeah, it's East Coast.
Dude, you guys posted this at 3 a.m.? That's
Uh-oh, going to play Among Us at 3 a.m.? Gone wrong? Oh, shit.
Seriously, you guys couldn't wait till the morning? You kind of like self-reported by doing that.
True, man. Yeah, dude. True.
They're like, we had to get home. It was so evil what they accused us of. I had to get home and get up right away. No, you didn't. Not at 12 a.m. 3 a.m.
That's crazy, man.
Could have waited for the
It's
morning.
like their audience isn't watching our show.
Nobody's...
Hey, can you just play the clip that Abbott apparently, a voice clip, so we can know what he actually said? Because your interpretation seems very dishonest.
Like they were clamoring for a response.
And nobody's watching YouTube at 3 a.m. pretty much, so.
Right.
But,
is that xenophobic, dude? You think that everybody's on your time zone, dude? Oh, very American centralized perspective, guys. Am I right? Time to cancel this guy.
I was expecting that we'd have a chance to talk, and I thought maybe we could work it out behind the scenes, and we could come to some kind of understanding. But
well, why wouldn't they want to respond to the thing that you said when you're being false about it? Who cares?
These guys are such content-hungry clout demons that they had.
You're right, Ethan. Because you don't do that.
To run home, abandon their families, and post a video at 3 a.m.
This all started because you found some random 2-year-old clip of Preach, and you had no content to talk about, so you decided to post it. Which, by the way, is fine. But then you're going to talk about how they're content hungry. It's so weird, dude. What are you talking about?
All bundled up in the Quebec winter cold.
That's cool, man.
Staying very near to each other to their body warmth could warm them. I know that squeaky ass floor. They ain't got no heater in that bitch.
Oh, burning the witch. Got him.
They make it sound like it's just like a shack in the middle of the forest or some shit.
It's so funny, man.
But anyway, that's my response. I think it sucks. I think they're lame, and I think that bridge is fully imploded, man.
I think that you feel backed into a corner because you're super wrong. You probably know it, and you just know that you can't really fight against it, which is why you didn't play Ab and Preach's full video, even though you always play full videos, and why you didn't show the voice memo, because you know that you're wrong. And I think you're backing yourself into a corner and saying, I'm not going to talk to them or about them anymore, basically because they're just bad people. That's pretty much what's happening here. Like this whole thing is a good thing that they never had some kind of came to some kind of agreement, because clearly Ethan is not very charitable, huh? But okay, is this it? Yeah. Is there anything else? Or
it's collapsed under its own weight.
Yeah,
I feel very supported. Thank you guys.
Unlike the bridge that collapsed.
Yes. Sorry if it seemed I was unsupportive last time. I was forgetting a lot, and I didn't really understand.
Maybe it's your lupus, bro.
And what was going on.
100%.
Jake, if you had released your lupus video today, maybe it would have went well. You should have waited for the Abba and Preach thing first, okay?
You know.
You should have waited for this. Then maybe it would have went well.
There that is. So, I mean, that's pretty much it. I think we said it all.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Cool.
And shout out to, again.
Chad just said I'm watching YouTube at 3 a.m. and then a sad face.
Okay, you know, it's... I love our 3 a.m.
Where is
watchers.
it 3 a.m. right now? Time zones.
I love our 3 a.m. watchers, but the demographics of times people are watching YouTube, 3 a.m. is not.
Okay, cool.
Not a popular one.
Okay.
All right, Babble and Squeak. There they are. They're back to Babble and Squeak.
Cool.
But, you know, like wanting to build the bridge, I mean, listen, it'd be nice if everybody on YouTube and all their communities didn't fucking hate my guts. That's my...
Yeah, but this is why they hate your guts, because you're so dishonest. Like, that's the fucking thing. You know? I mean, that's literally all it comes down to. Not everybody that doesn't like Ethan are the people that are like, he used to make such good content. I was never that. Like, I preferred the older content, but, like, I never hated this guy for changing it. Like, but this is the stuff. This is the stuff that's like, oh... Like, ew, why would I want to engage with this? Like, this guy sucks. Like, he's not listening. He doesn't care. It's not about listening. It's just about, it's not about an actual real conversation. It's just about playing games and being a pussy. That's all it is, man. Like, why didn't you talk to the guy, I don't know, on the stream, play the voice notes, watch the video, like, come to a conclusion, or just don't continuously talk about it if you're not mature enough to do it.
My feelings when I'm like, hey, maybe we can, you know, like, mend some bridges between communities.
Hey guys, I'm the good guy. I tried to mend a bridge and they were like, rape is good? That's basically what happened, guys. That's pretty much it. What?
It's like, that seems like a good idea. People go, dude, why are you guys not getting new subs? It's because everybody on YouTube, like, you guys have noticed.
Listen, YouTube is an area for anywhere on the internet for disproportionate criticisms and call-outs. When you make a mistake on YouTube, you will get disproportionately criticized. It's a fact. That's just going to happen. Even if you made a valid mistake. I've made valid mistakes and I've been disproportionately criticized. Everybody does. It is part of the atmosphere and it sucks. But at the same time, when you do get criticism, there's typically a reason for it that can be explored. And if you've been on YouTube for like 15 years and you still haven't figured out a way to parse through the proportionate and disproportionate criticisms, you're just a failure of a person. Like, you have to just figure out how to take disproportionate criticism and let it sit for a little while and kind of sift through it to be like, okay, what's valid? That's it. That's it.
If you're outside of our community anywhere, everyone's just like hates me.
Well, that maybe is a bit of an exaggeration.
I don't give a fuck about your feelings. Yeah. A lot of the good people like you.
So what?
A lot of the great people really like you.
The best.
Yeah.
Wow, Olivia, shut the fuck up.
But yeah, I mean, sorry for, you know.
Shut up. Just shut up. A lot of the really great people, like Hassan, who's a rape apologist, really like you. Hassan, who said it's a lot better if you just rape rich girls, because, you know, those are the ones that deserve it, apparently. That's what we're talking about. What are you doing? A lot of the great guys. A lot of the great guys. Who's the great guy? Which one? Who's the great guy? Which one is the great guy? Who's the great guy?
Not wanting the whole internet to hate me. I mean, it'd be nice. Because I feel like there could be an understanding between their audience and us. I feel like there's
No, there can't be, because you don't want to understand them. You're just trying to colonize their brains with your horrible, flawed white logic. That's all it is. That's all it is, Ethan. You're a fucking colonizer, dude.
So, there is a bridge there. I feel there's people in their audience that would watch.
Olivia doesn't need to be fired. Ethan has to stop being a fucking pussy. That's what it comes down to. He's a whore. That's all it is. He's a whore for money. That's why, even though Hassan's a piece of shit, he still worked with Hassan for so long. That's why when Trisha called his wife like horrible things, he never like made her apologize publicly the next day. He just kept working with her because he makes money off of it. That's all it comes down to. Like all he needs to do is like just say like, "Hey, shut the fuck up, Olivia." Hey, let's work it out in private, Olivia. But he's not even mature. He's talking about how they're like, dude, what the fuck? Why not have them on to have a public conversation about it? What is it?
Tons of comments, Dan, of people being like, which is part of the reason I want to talk about it too, is people go, I watch both of them.
Oh,
really?
I watch both of you guys, and it sucks to see you guys fighting. Shit like that. Like, I saw tons of comments like that.
Okay.
Wow.
So I was like, okay, well, maybe there's something we can do here, but no.
Yeah, you could actually talk to them. You could actually play the notes. You could actually have a conversation with them live so that we could all see who's lying and who's being dishonest.
Nah.
All right, moving on. We got so much other better stuff to talk about.
Oh, we got so much other better stuff to talk about, like Austin McBroom and Ryan Kavanaugh. I guess this, okay. And Kanye West assaulting a TMZ employee, which, by the way, they deserved it. I don't care. All right, he made graduation.
Doing that. Thank you.
Is that actually it? Because there's a
here
little
they are.
left.
Yeah, look how cold they are, dude.
Let's see.
Preach has got like a damn Siberian.
Oh,
Siberian
got
dog.
him, dude. He's
I
so
like it.
cold,
Yeah.
dude.
What's
He's
the
probably
temperature?
cold because he's black. Because black people are cold. I don't know. I'm being just stupid now.
Okay. You know?
It's like 20 degrees. Probably.
Yeah. You got to dress warm for that one, guys. All right.
That was so funny.
Thank you. He goes, there's a reason the whole internet hates it. Yeah, because you fucking go in your videos and lie about shit that we said.
I don't think they lied.
For an easy dub, because you know what I mean? The Ethan hate.
And in all honesty, if they got something wrong, I trust that Abba and Preach at the very least didn't try to intentionally lie. So
Machine is it's a profitable business, frankly. It does well. All right, thank you. So what should we do? We got the Cav interview.
Cool. Done with that fucking dog shit.